Let's revise some history. Most of us have read in our history textbooks that the First World War, or World War I, was a brutal war originating in Europe that lasted from 28th July 1914 to 11th November 1918. It accounts for being one of the deadliest wars in history. It was a huge political and global conflict, and as a result of the war, there were 13 million civilian deaths and an estimated 8.5 million combatant deaths. If we take into account the genocides, the Spanish flu pandemic, as a direct consequence of the war, the reported deaths suggest very depressing figures. What began as a relatively small conflict in Southeast Europe became a war between 30 nations that declared war between 1914 and 1918. But did you know that Meghalaya too had its participation in the World War? During the First World War, the Khasi Labour Corps (KLC) documented the involvement of 5,000 men from the region. They stood on the side of the colonists of what constituted the Khasi Jaintia Hills British recruits. According to an interview published in the Sentinel Assam, there were more than 5,000 people from the state assigned to the Khasi Labour Corps, according to the British records, that departed to France, and only around 30 of them returned to the state. The reference is taken from a 100-page book titled The Role of the Khasi Labour Corps During World War I, authored by Dr. Sylvanus Lamare. To commemorate the sacrifices of the brave souls, we have Motphran in Shillong, that is located on a busy congested junction leading to Meghalaya's largest market, Iewduh or Bara Bazaar. On a normal day, Motphran is chaotic and packed with people and vehicles. If you visit the place, you'd notice that a large monument is built in the middle of a busy street. The monument is often ignored, and we can even see traces of lime rubbed on its walls. But what is the meaning of Motphran? And what is the reason behind its name? The word Motphran comes from moth, that means monument, and Fran, that stands for France. The structure was built by the British in 1924 as a tribute to the Khasi men of the 26th Khasi Labour Corps who took part in the World War as spotters to aid the Allied forces. The wall has inscriptions of the names of the potters. Sadly, the monument stands uncelebrated and forgotten, and the Khasi potters have been reduced to just names inscribed on the monument. A few years ago, the structure was renovated. However, the fading memory of these heroes that never got a chance to return home from World War I in France and Mesopotamia is a matter of huge significance. There's a famous inscription in the monument which translates to, "It is sweet to die for one's country."